Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey, back with another video. Today I wanted to focus on a topic. It's more so in regards to the notion that new levels equal new devils, but also to keep in mind that alongside that, you'll also have higher and stronger angels that will coincide with the process as well. So yeah, just kind of expand on that a bit further. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this video. Let's go. So new levels and new devils. I think it's easy to say that, I think y'all know that as time moves forward, as one progresses onward, chances are you're gonna run across new encounters. Something may be more intense than others that you may have had before. You're gonna come across new people, new faces, if you will, and new scenarios. So you may have overcome certain scenarios in your previous existence, but now you're looking at a new outline, a new focus where you're dealing with a multitude of other people and more challenges. When walking this walk in terms of life, it's not an easy one. You have to know within self that this is something that is unavoidable. No amount of prayers, no amount of using anointed oil would prevent this from happening. It's just simply what it is. It's the nature of the beast. But just know, going forward in this path, in this journey, you're gonna also have a stronger force of the spiritual realm backing you, aka your angel team. There's so many different levels of higher and much stronger angels that are in our everyday existence. A lot that is often not discussed. And of course, God being the head of it all, God too will not lead you or forsake you. He'll also be with you along the path as well, as he have with everyone else, both past and present. I think for me, I use myself as an example. I notice in my own everyday existence as I move further along in progression as far as with my path, my journey, I noticed that, of course, certain individuals start to fall off, family and friends included, ex included. But also I noticed that as I move forward, I'm more aware of self and I'm more aware of who to be closely aligned with and who not to be closely aligned with. I'm more so aware of knowing the importance of protecting my energy, protecting one's energy. It kind of goes with that saying that you are the company that you keep. So think about that when it comes to rubbing elbows with certain individuals. Is that the company that you truly want to keep? Something to really chew on. Same could be said about one of my previous videos in terms of those you work alongside within the workspace. I truly feel there needs to be a clear line on where you stand with certain individuals. Just because, you know, if that is not the case, it can get messy. And you can end up opening up a can of worms that you just don't want to really deal with. So it's good to try to avoid that, to prevent that from happening. Just don't blur the lines when it comes to the workspace. Now, going forward, when it comes to taking on the task of one's journey, in terms of why they're truly here in this earth plane, again, new levels equal new devils. So you may encounter certain scenarios to pop up and you're just thinking like, well, why is this happening? It's more of a test. That's why. More of a test to see where you are in terms of your internal strength and really just your faith in God and source and the team. Just seeing where you are when it comes to that notion of letting go and letting God do what God does best. Letting God show off. Let him show off in the best way possible, in the way that he deems to be possible, the best way possible. I think one thing for me when taking this journey, just letting go and letting God be God all the way, and not just verbalizing it. Not saying, oh yeah, I let God be God, and still feel the need to get my hands involved with something to move something forward or attempt to. Me actually learns to truly let my actions match up with my words. It's a tough pill to swallow. I have to say so myself. Because granted, faith without works is dead. True. But there is a certain fine line when it comes to that. Yes, God wants us to put in the work to work towards our goals and to not forget him in the process, and to pray and to ask for help from God and his team of angels when needed. Yes, he wants that. But he wants to know that, do you truly have that faith in him like you're claiming? So there has to be a certain balance when it comes to it. It's just as simple as that. I found that in my own existence, when I learned to take a step back and allow God to be God, still making sure I do my part, but to an extent, I found that more doors began to open for me. More things start to pop up in my everyday existence that I did not see coming. And honey, when that happens, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's enough to make you want to cry. And then I would sit back and reflect and say, wow, Jessica, you were really worried about this particular situation when in all actuality, you didn't have anything to worry about. That's where that ego kicks in. The human mind is a tricky son of a gun to deal with when it comes to ego. And I know I'm not the only one that had experienced this. Think of a time where you guys may have experienced this on your end, where you were so worried about something like not going right, or, if you didn't put your hands into a certain scenario, then it could completely go left. But when in all actuality, when you took a step back and allow God to handle the rest, you realize like, wow, what was I worried about? If I just simply did that from the beginning, this could have all been done. That comes with growth. I could definitely attest to it. I definitely needed to see it for myself, which in turn is what I consider to be a part of that wisdom bubble, as I talked about in a previous video in terms of wisdom. So I now know going forward that granted, he wants me to put in the work to continue to strive and push towards my dreams. But at the same time, I got to give him enough space, him and his angel team, enough space to do what they do best and let them take the reins in the situation. So I know for me going forward, in terms of my faith and my knowing when it comes to God, source, and our angel team, our spiritual team, I know for a fact within self that whenever I come across new levels, that new devils are going to come along with it. And that's just simply a part of this process. And just know that when it happens, just know, okay, this is just a test, right? Because God is the ultimate ruler of it all. Even when it comes down to those devils, both old and new, he rules them too. He'll give you enough to deal with, but not enough to the point that it'll put you in harm's way and hurt you. Do know that. But it's up to us to be able to use what we've learned, what we've acquired in terms of knowledge from our previous experiences, and apply it to what's in front of us in current day. And in doing so, taking a step back and letting God and his team show you why they are truly the ones that rule this entire game. And that is all for today's video. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. When was the time when you realized that though you had new challenges to pop up in front of you, you realized what steps you needed to take to accomplish them? When did you come to the realization that there has to be a balance when it comes to that trust in God and his team? Realizing that, yes, he wants us to do quite a bit in terms of our existence to work towards our goals, whatever it may be, but all the while, pulling back to an extent and allow him to do what he does best. I don't know why I thought about this statement, but was it Ray Charles that said something about, making it do what it do? I don't know why it came to my mind. Like, allow him to make it do what it do, I don't know why that popped in, but that was hilarious. It just kind of tickled me a little bit. But just learning how to balance it all out and just allow God to be God. I think that's the part that is a tough pill to swallow when it comes to this journey, but it's one that is truly rewarding when you figure it out on your end how to balance it all out when it comes to that. I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts. Definitely share your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, you can still continue to message me on the other platforms, Instagram, Snapchat, or emails. Emails are just as welcoming. And yeah, with that being the case, definitely sending you guys with love and light, and I will see you in the next video. I do have a few more spots available this week for consultations as well. Definitely don't want to leave that out. So if you are interested, take a look at my calendar. If you have any issues with choosing a date on the calendar, just send me a message on one of those other 3 platforms, and we can then take it from there, and I'll schedule you in. So with that being said, definitely send you with love and light, and see you in the next video. Bye, you guys.